Hi guys, Dr. Berg here. Today, I want to talk about something that is extremely important for your health, your liver. You see, your liver is the fat-burning factory of your body. If your liver is overloaded with fat, toxins, or sugar, it can't do its job properly. And guess what happens? You start gaining weight, feeling tired, and struggling with your metabolism. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful drinks that can help remove fat from your liver and speed up fat loss. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about something very powerful and simple that can do wonders for your liver and help you burn fat. Green tea. Now, most people think of green tea as just another hot beverage, maybe even something trendy, but the truth is, when you really look at the science behind it, green tea is a lot more than that. It's loaded with compounds that have a direct effect on your metabolism, on your fat-burning hormones, and especially on your liver health. And as you know, your liver is the central organ that decides whether you're burning fat or storing fat. So if we can support the liver, we can make fat loss a whole lot easier. Now, what makes green tea so special is a group of antioxidants called catechins. You've probably heard of one in particular called EGCG, upagallocatechin gallet. That's the main one, and it has some really powerful effects on your liver. EGCG helps your liver break down fat, and it prevents fat from building up inside your liver cells. It's critical because if you have a fatty liver, it's going to be very difficult to lose weight. In fact, one of the reasons people plateau when they're trying to lose weight is because their liver is congested with fat. It's not able to mobilize and release stored fat efficiently. So green tea comes in almost like a cleaning agent. It helps your liver detoxify and keep the fat from accumulating, which then allows your liver to do its job properly. Now let me explain how that works. Your liver has to process toxins, it has to make bile, and it has to metabolize hormones. But one of its key jobs is regulating fat metabolism. If the liver is clogged, if there's too much fat, especially visceral fat, then it can't produce enough bile, and bile is necessary to break down fat from your diet. Without enough bile, you're not going to absorb your fat-soluble vitamins, things like vitamin A, D, E. You're not going to digest fatty acids properly, and that can leave you bloated, fatigued, and hungry all the time. But when you drink green tea, those catechins increase the activity of enzymes in the liver that help break down fat and flush it out of the body. That means your liver starts working more efficiently, your digestion improves, and over time, your fat storage decreases. Green tea also has another effect that most people don't know about. It helps with insulin sensitivity. High insulin is one of the main reasons why people gain weight and can't lose it. Every time your insulin is high, your body is in fat-storing mode, not fat-burning mode. Green tea has been shown to reduce insulin resistance, meaning your body can handle glucose a lot better, and your insulin levels can stay lower. And when insulin is low, your body can finally tap into stored fat for energy. That's one of the main principles of healthy weight loss, lowering insulin. So when you drink green tea, you're not just helping your liver, you're actually creating a hormonal environment where fat loss is possible. Now, you might be wondering, how much green tea should you drink to see these benefits? Well, research shows that about 2 to 3 cups a day can be very effective. But of course, the quality of the tea matters. You don't want the kind that's filled with added sugar or artificial flavors. You want high-quality organic green tea, preferably a loose leaf if you can get it, or a good clean bagged version without a lot of extras. The fresher the tea, the more catechins it has, and the stronger the effects. And if you're sensitive to caffeine, don't worry, because green tea has less caffeine than coffee, and it also contains an amino acid called L-theanine. L-theanine actually helps calm your nervous system. So even though green tea gives you a little boost of alertness, it doesn't give you the jitters that you might get from coffee. In fact, a lot of people find that green tea gives them a smooth, steady energy throughout the day, while also helping them feel more focused and calm. That's a really nice combination, especially if you're trying to cut back on coffee or sodas. Another interesting thing about green tea is that it's thermogenic. That means it helps increase the amount of calories your body burns just by raising your metabolic rate a little bit. It's not a huge effect. You're not going to drink a cup of green tea and suddenly lose 5 pounds overnight. But when you combine it with a healthy low-carb diet, intermittent fasting, and exercise, it adds up over time. It becomes another piece of the puzzle that makes fat loss easier and more sustainable. Now, some people ask me, should I take green tea extract instead of drinking the tea? And my answer is, You can, but I always recommend whole food sources first. Drinking the tea gives you hydration, antioxidants, and the natural balance of compounds that your body can recognize and use effectively. Extracts can be powerful, but they can also be too concentrated, and some people might experience side effects like stomach upset. So my recommendation is start with the tea, 2 to 3 cups a day, ideally between meals, and see how your body responds. The takeaway here is that green tea is not just a pleasant drink. It's a therapeutic, liver-supporting, fat-burning tool that you can easily add into your daily routine. It helps your liver clean up excess fat, improves bile flow, supports insulin sensitivity, boosts metabolism, and even provides a calm focus to keep you on track throughout the day. And remember, fat loss is not just about cutting calories. It's about supporting the organs and hormones that control fat burning. And the liver is number one on that list. If you want to lose weight in a healthy, sustainable way, take care of your liver, and green tea is one of the simplest, most effective ways to do just that. Something incredibly simple, but very powerful for your liver and your weight loss journey. Lemon water. Now, most people think lemon water is just a refreshing drink, maybe something you order at a restaurant instead of soda. But what they don't realize is that lemon water can have a very big impact on your liver, your digestion, and ultimately your ability to burn fat. And the best part is, it's inexpensive, it's natural, and you can make it at home in seconds. So let me break this down for you. Your liver has over 500 functions in the body, but one of the most important functions is the production of bile. Bile is the substance that helps you break down and digest fats. Without bile, you're not going to be able to extract nutrients from fatty acids, and you won't absorb your fat-soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E, and K. These vitamins are critical for your vision, your bones, your immune system, your skin, and even your hormones. So if your liver is sluggish or overloaded with fat, your bile production goes down and your whole fat metabolism slows down. This is one of the reasons why people develop bloating, indigestion, and stubborn weight gain around the midsection. Now this is where lemon water comes in. Lemons are rich in citric acid, and when you drink lemon water, it helps stimulate bile production in the liver. Think of it like giving your liver a little nudge, a reminder to produce more bile. That extra bile flow improves your digestion, helps your body emulsify and break down fats, and allows you to absorb nutrients much more effectively. Over time, this keeps your liver functioning more efficiently. And when the liver is working better, your fat-burning process also improves. Another powerful thing about lemon water is vitamin C. Lemons are one of the best natural sources of vitamin C, and this vitamin is essential for liver detox pathways. Your liver has 2 main phases of detoxification. In phase 1, it takes toxins and starts to break them down into intermediate compounds. In phase 2, it has to bind those compounds with certain nutrients so they can be excreted safely from the body. Vitamin C plays a key role in this process. Without enough vitamin C, your liver can't complete the detox cycle properly. That means toxins can build up, and when that happens, your liver becomes stressed, inflamed, and less efficient at fat burning. By drinking lemon water, you're giving your liver the raw materials it needs to complete its detox job and keep things running smoothly. Now, let's talk about another benefit, alkalinity. Even though lemons are acidic on their own, when you metabolize them, they have an alkalizing effect on the body. What does that mean? It means they help reduce acidity, which lowers inflammation and creates a healthier internal environment. Chronic acidity in the body is linked to fatigue, joint pain, and difficulty losing weight. By starting your day with lemon water, you're helping to balance your internal pH, and that makes it easier for your liver to do its work. Something else people don't realize is that lemon water can actually help regulate blood sugar. When your blood sugar spikes, your insulin spikes, and when insulin is high, your body is in fat storing mode. The citric acid and flavonoids in lemons slow down the absorption of glucose in the bloodstream, which helps keep your blood sugar more stable. And stable blood sugar means lower insulin, and lower insulin means your body can finally tap into its fat reserves for energy. That's why adding lemon water to your daily routine, especially in the morning, can give you a big advantage in controlling cravings and staying in fat burning mode throughout the day. Now let's make this practical. How should you drink lemon water to get the most benefit? The simplest way is to take half a lemon, squeeze it into a glass of warm water, and drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Warm water is ideal because it's gentler on your digestive system and helps your body absorb the nutrients more efficiently. If you don't like it too sour, you can start with just a quarter of a lemon and work your way up. The key is consistency. Doing this every single morning helps set the tone for your liver and digestion for the rest of the day. Some people ask me, can I add honey or sugar to my lemon water? My answer is no, because that defeats the purpose. Sugar will spike your insulin and stop fat burning. The goal is to keep it simple, just lemon and water. If you want to make it a little more powerful, you can add a splash of apple cider vinegar because that combination really supports digestion and insulin sensitivity. But again, keep it natural and avoid adding sweeteners. Now, there's another interesting effect of lemon water that I want to mention. It can help reduce kidney stones. That's because the citric acid in lemons binds with calcium in the urine and prevents it from crystallizing into stones. So not only are you helping your liver and your fat metabolism, but you're also protecting your kidneys at the same time. That's a really nice bonus benefit. And finally, don't underestimate the role of hydration itself. Many people are chronically dehydrated, and when you're dehydrated, your liver has to work harder. Lemon water makes drinking water more enjoyable, so you naturally drink more of it. Hydration thins the bile, keeps your liver flushed, and helps your metabolism stay active. Even a small increase in daily hydration can improve energy levels and fat burning efficiency. So the bottom line is this: lemon water is not just a trendy detox drink. It's a simple, powerful tool to support your liver, increase bile production, enhance fat metabolism, improve digestion, regulate blood sugar, reduce acidity, and keep you hydrated. And because your liver is the #1 fat-burning organ in your body, anything that helps your liver is automatically going to help you lose weight. One small glass in the morning can set the stage for a healthier liver and a more efficient metabolism all day long. Apple cider vinegar, and why it's one of the most effective natural remedies to help your liver and speed up fat loss. Now, a lot of people have heard about apple cider vinegar as kind of a miracle cure, but most don't really understand how it actually works in the body. And when you understand the mechanism, you start to see why it can be such a powerful tool, not just for weight loss, but also for overall metabolic health. Apple cider vinegar is essentially fermented apple juice. During the fermentation process, the sugars in the apple are converted into acetic acid, and that's really the key compound we're looking at. Acetic acid is what gives apple cider vinegar its strong taste and smell, but it's also what gives it its therapeutic benefits. So let's break this down. First, apple cider vinegar helps with blood sugar regulation. This is a huge factor when it comes to weight loss. Every time you eat carbohydrates, especially refined carbs, your blood sugar spikes. That spike triggers insulin, and insulin is the fat-storing hormone. If your insulin is high, you're not going to burn fat, you're going to store fat. What acetic acid does is it slows down the rate at which food leaves your stomach, and it decreases the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. This means your blood sugar rises more slowly, your insulin response is lower, and that gives your body a chance to stay in fat-burning mode. Over time, this can make a dramatic difference in how your body handles carbs and how much fat you can lose. Another really important thing apple cider vinegar does is reduce fat accumulation in the liver. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is extremely common today, and one of the biggest reasons people struggle to lose weight is because their liver is overloaded with fat. When the liver is fatty, it's like a clogged filter. It can't do its job properly. Apple cider vinegar has been shown to reduce fat storage in the liver by improving fat metabolism. Acetic acid activates certain enzymes that help your body use fat for fuel instead of storing it. This means less fat stuck in your liver and more fat burned for energy. Apple cider vinegar also helps increase stomach acid. Now you might be thinking, isn't stomach acid a bad thing? Actually, no. You need good amounts of stomach acid to break down protein, to absorb minerals like calcium and magnesium, and to trigger the release of bile and pancreatic enzymes. If you don't have enough stomach acid, your digestion slows down, you feel bloated, you get indigestion, and your liver has to work harder. Many people who think they have too much acid actually have too little, and apple cider vinegar can help bring that balance back. When your digestion is working properly, your liver doesn't get overloaded, and you're able to process nutrients more efficiently. There's another benefit here too: appetite control. When you take apple cider vinegar before a meal, it helps you feel fuller faster. That's partly because of the effect on blood sugar and partly because of how it slows gastric emptying. If you struggle with cravings or overeating, adding apple cider vinegar can really help you control your portions without feeling deprived. And when you're not constantly snacking or craving sugar, it becomes much easier to stick to a healthy eating plan and lose weight. Now the question is, how do you actually take apple cider vinegar? The best way is to dilute 1 to 2 tablespoons in a glass of water and drink it before your meals. You don't want to take it straight because the acid can be harsh on your teeth and your throat. Diluting it makes it much easier to tolerate and safer in the long run. Some people like to add a squeeze of lemon or even a pinch of cinnamon for taste, and that's perfectly fine as long as you're not adding sugar. If you're just starting out, begin with 1 teaspoon in water once a day and gradually increase as your body gets used to it. For most people, 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is plenty. More isn't necessarily better because apple cider vinegar is very potent. You want to be consistent but moderate with it. Now, a quick word of caution. If you have ulcers, gastritis, or severe acid reflux, you may want to be careful with apple cider vinegar and start very slowly or check with your doctor first. Also, if you're on medication for diabetes or blood pressure, apple cider vinegar can enhance the effects of those drugs, so you need to monitor your levels closely. But for the majority of people, it's safe and incredibly effective when used correctly. Another thing people ask me is, does it have to be raw, organic apple cider vinegar with the mother in it? And the answer is yes. Ideally, the mother is that cloudy substance you see in the bottle, and it's full of beneficial enzymes and probiotics that give extra health benefits. Filtered clear apple cider vinegar is okay, but it doesn't have the same potency as the raw, unfiltered kind. So if you can, always go for the organic raw version. So to sum this up, apple cider vinegar is not just some trendy health hack. It works on multiple levels. It lowers blood sugar and insulin, which is the key to unlocking fat burning. It reduces fat accumulation in the liver, which is essential for getting your liver healthy and efficient again. It supports stomach acid and digestion, making it easier to process nutrients. It helps control appetite, reducing cravings and overeating. And all of that adds up to one very powerful tool for weight loss and liver health. If you combine apple cider vinegar with other strategies, like intermittent fasting, a low-carb diet, and proper sleep, you're going to see even faster results. But even on its own, just a tablespoon or 2 a day can make a noticeable difference over time. It's simple, it's natural, and it's something almost anyone can add to their routine. So remember, if your goal is to remove fat from the liver and speed up fat loss, apple cider vinegar is one of the most effective drinks you can use. It supports the liver, lowers insulin, improves digestion, and helps keep you in fat-burning mode. Consistency is the key, so make it part of your daily routine and let your liver do what it was designed to do: burn fat and keep you healthy. Coffee. Now, when I say coffee, I'm not talking about the fancy lattes with whipped cream, sugar, and syrup. I'm talking about plain black coffee, no sugar, no cream. And the reason I want to cover this is because coffee, when used the right way, can actually be very protective for your liver and can support fat loss. This might surprise you because coffee often gets a bad reputation. Some people think it's unhealthy or that it stresses out your system. But the truth is, high-quality black coffee has some very unique compounds that can benefit your liver, your metabolism, and even your brain. So let's start with the liver, because that's the main organ we're focusing on when it comes to burning fat. Your liver is the central fat-burning factory of your body. If your liver is fatty, sluggish, or overloaded, you're going to have a really hard time losing weight. One of the interesting things about coffee is that it contains antioxidants, specifically compounds like chlorogenic acid, that help reduce inflammation in the liver. There are studies that show people who drink coffee regularly have a lower risk of developing fatty liver disease. In fact, coffee drinkers tend to have healthier liver enzyme levels, which is a sign that the liver is under less stress. Now, why does this matter for fat loss? Because a healthy liver is absolutely essential for burning fat. Your liver regulates bile production, hormone metabolism, detoxification, and energy storage. If your liver is clogged with fat, it can't release stored energy efficiently. Coffee helps by decreasing liver fat, reducing inflammation, and protecting liver cells from damage. That means your liver can function the way it's supposed to, mobilizing fat and using it for energy. Another major benefit of black coffee is its effect on fat metabolism. Coffee naturally stimulates your nervous system and increases levels of certain hormones like adrenaline. When adrenaline goes up, your body starts breaking down stored fat and releasing it into the bloodstream to be used as energy. This is called lipolysis. That's one of the reasons why coffee is often included in pre-workout routines. It helps free up fat for energy during exercise. But here's the key. This effect only really works when you're drinking black coffee without sugar. If you add sugar, cream, or flavored syrups, you spike insulin. And as you know, when insulin is high, you cannot burn fat. So the fat-burning benefit of coffee only happens if you keep it black. Now, coffee also has an impact on your appetite. For many people, drinking a cup of black coffee suppresses hunger for a few hours. That makes it a great tool to use with intermittent fasting. Let's say you're trying to fast until noon. Having a cup of black coffee in the morning can make it a lot easier to extend your fast because it helps blunt the hunger signals. And the best part is, coffee by itself doesn't break your fast. It has almost no calories, no sugar, and no carbs. So you can stay in fat-burning mode while still getting that little energy boost to keep you going. There's another layer to this too. Coffee is thermogenic, meaning it increases your metabolic rate slightly. Again, it's not a magic pill. It's not going to melt pounds off overnight. But when you combine coffee with a healthy low-carb diet and intermittent fasting, it adds an extra edge. It helps your body burn a few more calories and keeps fat mobilization active. Over time, that can make a noticeable difference. Now, people often ask me how much coffee is safe. Generally, 2 to 3 cups of black coffee per day is considered safe and beneficial for most people. But of course, everyone is different. If you're very sensitive to caffeine, you might need to limit it to 1 cup or drink it earlier in the day to avoid sleep problems. Sleep is critical for fat loss and liver repair, so you don't want to sacrifice sleep for coffee. The timing matters too. Try to avoid coffee late in the afternoon or evening because it can interfere with your circadian rhythm. It's also important to talk about quality. Not all coffee is the same. You want to avoid instant coffee that's full of additives or low-quality beans that may have mold toxins. Organic, freshly ground coffee is the best choice because it contains more antioxidants and fewer contaminants. And of course, skip the sugary creamers, artificial flavors, and sweeteners. Keep it simple, just coffee and water. Another interesting thing about coffee is its protective effect against certain diseases. Coffee drinkers have a lower risk of type 2 diabetes, partly because coffee improves insulin sensitivity. And remember, lower insulin means better fat burning. Coffee also seems to lower the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. That's not directly related to fat loss, but it's another reason why coffee can be part of a healthy lifestyle if you use it correctly. Now, one thing I want to emphasize is balance. Coffee is a tool, not a crutch. If you're relying on coffee just to get through the day because you're exhausted, then the real issue might be poor sleep, high stress, or nutritional deficiencies. Coffee can give you a temporary boost, but it won't fix the root problem if your lifestyle isn't healthy. Use it strategically to support fasting, to enhance workouts, to protect your liver, but don't depend on it to cover up fatigue. Always focus on fixing the underlying causes. So the bottom line is this: black coffee, when used correctly, can help remove fat from the liver, reduce inflammation, improve fat metabolism, support intermittent fasting, and even suppress appetite. It's not the coffee with sugar, milk, or cream that does this. It's the plain black version. Keep it simple, keep it clean, and make sure you're choosing high-quality beans. 2 to 3 cups a day earlier in the day is more than enough to get the benefits without overstimulating your system. When you add black coffee to the other strategies we've talked about, like green tea, lemon water, and apple cider vinegar, you create a powerful set of tools to support your liver and accelerate fat loss. Each one works in a slightly different way, but they all come back to the same point. A healthy liver equals a healthier metabolism and an easier time burning fat.